New plates. So I am leaving the DMV now, but I'm just really glad that this is done. And I called a Sprinter mechanic this morning. So far, I really like their customer service. It was really nice and easy, and I have an appointment in the beginning of January to address some things that I want to address, and also just give it like a good inspection once over, make sure there's nothing else that I'm missing. So I'm really excited about that, and hopefully I found a good mechanic that I can rely on here for this particular van. So I just got home. I've been basically running errands all day, and I really want to get started on the van. I have a couple of hours to continue working, so my goal for the rest of today is to just clean up the front of the cab really good. That way we can move to the back of the van and I can just feel good about everything. Are you eating lunch?
No.
No? Good morning. Well, it's not necessarily morning right now. It's time to dive into the demo for the rest of... I cleaned out the cab, really happy with it. It no longer smells like it used to be a work van. Like, it smells good, it's clean. I love my seat covers. But now we're gonna work our way back. I'm gonna take out all of this shelving and see about the rest of it. I'm very tired today. I am running solely on pure excitement and motivation. Not that I'm really motivated. I am very excited though to dive into this, and I'm hoping that this build won't take too long. So I'm gonna get the shelves out of here. I'm gonna take a measuring tape to where I want to put the windows and see about getting some windows ordered. Yeah, so today's just demo, and my sole goal right now is just to get this wood in the cabinets out and just demo it as much as I can. I got a few hours before Debbie leaves, so yeah, let's dive in. So I'm still working on this panel. These bolts are not wanting to come out, so I gotta figure that out. And also there's some switches here that are connected. So I'm pretty sure those go to either these lights or these ones. So I'm gonna have to figure that out too. I don't wanna just start cutting wire. The shelves that were in here are so heavy, so I gotta figure out how to break those down so I can move them. The one that was on this side was so big, I literally can't even flip it over, so I'm definitely gonna have to get help with that. So I'm just gonna work on trying to break those down so I can move them, but I'm really happy with how far I got today. I didn't know if I'd be able to get those shelves out as one piece or if I would have had to break them down inside. That being said, I feel like there's so much space in here, and I feel like a lot of people complain about being able to lay sideways, but honestly, I laid down on the ground in the back over here and I fit perfectly sideways. Also, that's on the very bottom of the ground, so if you put the bed up higher, you get a couple inches on each side where the wall goes in. I think I'm just gonna do the bed side to side this way and not try and do it long ways. You'd save so much room, and honestly, this is probably just as much space, if not a small amount more than what I had in my first van, and I never had an issue sleeping in there. I never even thought twice about it. So one thing I am doing in this build is trying not to overthink too much. I feel like a lot of people get ahead of themselves. They overthink things. They think that they absolutely have to have things that they don't necessarily need. And this being like not my first build, I think I have a better idea of what I need and what I want to have in here versus this being something completely new and kind of being that person who overthinks because I've been there before. So just wanted to kind of give you guys an update on that. I'm really happy with how far we got. I just need to figure out this panel over here, and I need to take out these lights and stuff, which there are a few things that are, what's it called? I don't remember what rivets. These lights are riveted to the ceiling, and then this panel up here I want to take off, but this is also rivets. So I don't know where the tool is at that I need to take those out. So I'm just going to leave those in for now and work on that next time. Good morning. It's a new day. I am stressed, going through some things personally, and so as excited about this band build as I was, I'm like still very excited, but I'm just working through some things. So basically I stopped yesterday at a point where I am at rivets, and the floor is riveted. There's lights in here that you can turn on without the van being on. Those are riveted, and then also that panel on the front, that's also has rivets. So I want to take all that stuff down. The biggest mistake that you can make when you're doing demolition, I think, is taking out walls and taking out certain things that you could later on use as a template. Like, for example, the sheets that were up on the walls here, I can use this that goes over the wheel well as a template for whatever I put there. So that helps a lot, and sometimes it's really hard to get those curves right. So a big thing, my advice is to keep anything that you are going to want to put something else up, keep that sheet of whatever it was that was already there at least until you're ready to cut that piece and then throw it away. When I was building my bus, I completely gutted it. I went gung-ho and I threw everything away. And then when I really got into the build, I was like, dang, I should have kept this piece. I should have kept this piece. I should have kept this piece. And I could have had all these templates, and I just made it more difficult for myself. Work smarter, not harder. So keep your templates. Anything that you might use as a template, keep it just for a little while until you get to that point. And then if you don't need it, or once you can use it, then you can throw it out, you know? So that's a huge thing. I'm not necessarily looking forward to dealing with these rivets, but let's just get through today. So that's my goal today, is get this panel off, figure out these lights situations, but to get all of the rivets out so that I can rip up the floor, get that one piece out, and then take these lights down, and I'll have to disconnect the lights too. So let's continue the demo. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm just not feeling very motivated. I feel really tired and lethargic, and so I'm gonna go to Habitat for Humanity and see if I can find any good deals on anything that I can use in the van. Maybe go get something to eat, then come back and see if I'm in the mood to try and bust out these rivets. Just being real with you. Not every day is a gung-ho day on the van build, or anything for that matter. So I'm just gonna head to Habitat for Humanity and see what we find. So it's raining outside, and I think last time I saw you guys, which was yesterday, I said I was going to be going to Habitat for Humanity to look at some stuff, and well, I started driving to Habitat for Humanity, and I really had to pee. So I was like, oh, I could just stop at Walmart. I was hungry. I could get something from the deli. So I stopped at Walmart and I went to grab my purse, and I didn't have it. Totally just forgot my purse. So I didn't have my wallet, and so I just ran into Walmart, used the restroom, and then I came back home and I was starving. So then Isaac and I went to go get something to eat, and then I wound up just calling it a day on the van build and helping him film a couple things for his video that he put out on his music channel. So today we're jumping back in on the van build. This will be the last day of the demolition, and hopefully I can just get what I'm trying to get done. So my main goal for today is to get this panel off of the wall here. It's a little dark in here. So I want to get this panel off the wall here. And I need to get these bolts. They're bolted, so I need to get those out. There's 2 of them. We need to get the lights out, which means we gotta get into these rivets. And this piece up here, I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with that. It's like, do I take it out? Do I just leave it up? I'm conflicted. So I'm going to save that for last and then decide what I'm going to do. Also, I keep forgetting, I'm going to take these off too, which is probably not, well, I don't know about that bottom one because it's got that stuff. Let's just dive in. Okay, so you're gonna take that off. Oh, I don't know if that's big enough. That's a wee bit bigger than the head I got. Nope, that ain't it either. So I don't know if we have a bit that's fat enough. This one's a little bit bigger. Maybe this is gonna work. Oh, yeah, buddy. Got it. But I was afraid of that. Yes. Took some skin, but it's done. 10 out of 10. Don't recommend doing any building or demolition in the cold, but here we are. So honestly, I was hoping it wasn't going to be that hard, and it wasn't that hard. But I want to keep this and these so that I can put that back on there. I'm assuming this serves a purpose, but what do I know? Okay, so that's done. Let's see if we could get these bolts out of this part over here. I really want to take this down, but I can't until I get, maybe I should do that one first. And then I gotta cut these wires. Just pop off. Hopefully I can get to the behind this because it has a bolt. Yay. Because then I gotta cut these lights off to take this out. So I gotta cut this. I'm terrified. This is hot. But you know what? Isaac said I'm not gonna die, so pray for me, even though this will already be done by the time you see this video. So just do one at a time. A little overkill on the tape, but that's cool. Okay, one down. Oh, that's cool. That's done. Easy since it's right here. Okay, so that actually went a lot faster than I was anticipating. All of that took about 30 minutes to do the passenger side door and then to do all that stuff I just did. So now is the hardest part of today's task, which is taking out these lights, and that is because they are riveted to the ceiling. Also, the wiring that they ran is riveted as well. But I could probably get around that by just cutting, because the plastic that's holding the wire is what's riveted there. So basically this is glued on one side and riveted onto the ribs. So we are going to take one of these, whichever size fits inside the hole of the rivet, and we are going to drill the rivets out. Now, metal's gonna be flying and it's gonna be hot. So I'm gonna get some gloves and some safety goggles because I ain't trying to get none of that in my eyes or on my hands. So let's get started. So you want to find one that's like, I think that one might work. I don't remember if it's like the same size or slightly bigger. So this is like the same size. So we're going to start there. Dead. Just a little metal dust in my hair and on my clothes. That's a lot harder than it looks because you're going up. So I'm done though. Now we just gotta pry them down. Let's see how this goes. So I don't wanna like fall out of the van. Way easier than I thought, thank God. This is all kinds of messy. Okay. Why is all of a sudden this one not wanting to cut? Okay. Demo is pretty much done aside from this situation, which I am not sure I want to mess with. I might leave this up just because I could put some netting up here in the front for storage, and then I thought it'd be cool to kind of just put some wood up here and make this like a bookshelf, a thin one where the books face forward, or whatever, I don't know, some type of small storage. So I'm still thinking on this. Feel free to give me any suggestions or ideas you have on that. As I finished the demo of the van and I was cleaning up and looking around at all of the work that I've already put into this build, and I felt the soreness in my body already starting, and the pains and everything that comes with doing a build, especially when you're working on it most of your days. But I couldn't help but be overjoyed by the pain and all of the cuts on all of my knuckles and the dry skin. And I know that that doesn't sound appealing or glamorous or like anything anyone would want to endure, but when you're doing a project like this for yourself and you're not building it to sell, I think that it means so much more and it touches you so much more deeply. And feeling like this and feeling tired and sometimes overwhelmed and overworked, I can't help but just feel so happy and so excited for what the future holds. This build has been a long time coming, and I feel so incredibly grateful to be right here, right now. I can't wait to continue sharing this journey with you. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to stick around for the whole process.